Hello, hello. Yes, social media, continue to hit us up on the socials. We love it. Actual Prince is here, is very active on social media. All of the different ones. He's like on it. Philander Bavuma, yeah, he once told me that, he's actually learned how to do it and he's doing it better and better as it goes along. That's good. Vernon Philander, it's the Vern. It's the Vern. He's always there. He's everywhere. You have a question for us. Here's the question and they'll answer it. Actually, because one of these fellas, in fact, both have been consultants, as I think about it. With consultants being drafted into a professional team setup, what is the purpose, I suppose, rather than foundation, of a team coach? I won't start with you. I'll start with someone who's been a head coach and a consultant. Come on, then.
Well, the head coach is a facilitator. He creates the environment. He's got to communicate with his consultants what kind of environment he wants. He's got to communicate with the consultants, whether he wants his consultants to be challenging players in different ways to improve, or whether he wants those guys to sort of allow people to be themselves and bring out their best. So an encouragement rather than so there's different approaches from consultants. Some people are more challenging, trying to drive people to the next level by challenging them, and others are more inclined to encourage people to bring out themselves, just like Riza has brought out his true potential over the last period of time.
Yeah, I was going to say which type are you, but I think I've guessed.
You got to be adaptable.
Yeah,
I
true.
think in modern
I agree
times.
with that, and I think you are adaptable too. Vernon?
Yeah, I think from a consultancy point of view, it's very specific. So, for me, working with the fast bowlers is understanding the skill set that I have at my disposal. I suppose it's also to impart knowledge, with that group of guys, and then you then feed it over to the coach. He's the guy that makes the final call, so to speak. So I do feel that, the coach is more just the manager, when you have all these consultants around. So you really want to feed off, what's happening in my batting camp, what's happening in my bowling camp, and allow those guys to take charge of those sort of, different groups. But as a consultant, it's very specific.
Speak as a batter and hearing from batting consultant and hearing from coach. Now, I don't want you to speak as captain, and I suppose those two roles are difficult to separate. So you might have to go back to a time when you weren't captain, or to a side where you're not captain. So let's say the test side, where when you're speaking to the coach, or when he's speaking to you, if he speaks to you at all, and might not, what the messages are like and what the communication is like.
Yeah, I think it's just, for me, it's different perspectives. Speaking to the batting coach, speaking to the coach. But I guess ultimately you as the player has got to decide what you want to do. There's nothing wrong with getting extra information. There's nothing wrong with having extra resources or wisdom within the setup. But ultimately it sticks with you as the player, and you have to filter all of that and come up with the decision.
Yeah, fair enough. Adaptability, I think, in all quarters, I think is important. So the basis of the coach, yes, to organize. It's important that he organizes, but sometimes, particularly if the coach connects with whichever player, sometimes he's the best person to convey whatever message to a particular player. But generally, he looks after the whole group. And hey, it's his head on the floor, not everybody else. Yeah, I think so. I think that's kind of how it goes. I think we've answered the question. Have we? Yeah, we have. Okay. Catch you next time.